Each personality type has a part of our characteristics that might be intimidating to others. Some people may be intimidated by an INTJ's distinct personality. There are several aspects of INTJs that may cause people to need to take a moment. It's fundamental for them to be conscious of how others view them so that they can have fulfilling interactions and understand others' perspectives. You might assume that this video will solely focus on how much people seem to dislike the INTJ personality type. However, after you go off the internet and meet INTJs in person, many people discover that they enjoy being around people who have this personality type. Many INTJs also discover that they produce better impressions on people than they imagined. Today I'm talking about the top 9 reasons people think INTJs are intimidating. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get daily videos created to give you the tools to level up your life. Starting things off, at number 9 on today's list is they want to be in control. INTJs are frequently accused of attempting to exert authority over others. It could be due to the language they use and the manner in which INTJs communicate. When INTJs communicate, for example, they tend to share only the final result due to their personality preferences, and they are usually feeling inspired at the time. The paradox of the issue is that as they become more inspired, they become less detailed and less cooperative. People are given recommendations without knowing why or how INTJs came to the conclusion that just so happens to be the ideal potential answer. It's possible they don't comprehend the logic or don't have enough data. People are frequently puzzled as to why they are receiving recommendations in the first place when they never requested them. Because they have no idea how much work is done behind the scenes, people may feel as if they are attempting to be controlled. INTJs typically always provide research analysis and proof to back up any declared statement. People misinterpret INTJs' eagerness and willingness to give the best possible solution and mistakenly believe they have power over them. Next up at number 8 is they despise drama. Drama is something INTJs despise since it's a waste of time and energy. High drama people waste not just their own energy and time, but also the energy and time of those around them because they can't help but draw everyone within range into their business. The INTJ will be irritated by someone who chooses to be emotional about the most insignificant things. Because they seek to avoid other people's useless drama and keep to themselves as much as possible, they will seem intimidating to some people. They would love to surround themselves with people who shun drama and prefer to engage in activities that improve their minds and souls. Number 7 on today's list of why people think INTJs are intimidating is they have a strong belief in themselves. Sometimes the difference between success and failure boils down to one simple thing: believing in yourself. Because they strive so hard to develop themselves, INTJs believe in themselves and their talents. They are continually looking for new methods to learn and improve, and they despise being uneducated in any environment. They build confidence in their own abilities as a result of their persistent desire to learn and grow. Self-doubt is not something INTJs believe in. Instead, they'll figure out how to better something they're unsure about. They believe in themselves because they strive hard to achieve whatever goals they set for themselves. They also realize that having a pessimistic attitude towards life is pointless. That isn't going to help them accomplish anything. In their opinion, the only way to live is to be cheerful and optimistic. Some people are intimidated by this because INTJs refuse to agree with somebody who is extremely pessimistic. Next up on our list today, and number 6, is they follow through on their promises and despise whiners. When an INTJ makes a promise, they intend to follow through. If something stops them from keeping their word, they will notify the person concerned right away to let them know that they intend to keep their word. While being someone who others can rely on is a positive thing, many individuals are put off by the concept of doing what you'll say you'll do. Because people frequently slack off in particular areas of their own lives, which often makes others look bad. People that complain about life rather than getting up and living it aren't worthy of an INTJ's time. People who have nothing better to do than to complain about life will turn INTJs away. INTJs are out there seizing life by the horns, and they understand that this might be intimidating for those who are terrified of what might happen if they actually take the risk INTJs have. If you've gotten some value from this video so far, please show your appreciation and hit that like button. That signals YouTube that you think other people could benefit from this video too. Starting our top 5 today is they are overly concerned with details. INTJs are very intelligent people who enjoy delving into many topics and subjects. They have incredibly busy and rich inner imaginations, and as a result, they love spending a lot of time alone. They often prefer to be alone since they have more space and the ability to do anything they want. Analyzing comes naturally to them, and it's a fantastic way for them to absorb information and reach their own well-informed opinions. They don't believe everything they hear or read and prefer to dig further into their research. INTJs are naturally curious since they like comprehending things on a deeper level. They prefer to ask probing questions to get to the bottom of a situation, feeling, thought, or event, which can be intimidating to some people. Next up, and number 4 on today's list, is they don't say anything. People are afraid of the depths, even when the seas are calm. However, if INTJs weren't so silent, they'd have less time to watch or evaluate because they'd be more focused on the depth and complexity that surrounds it, or that which occurs in their heads. INTJs are perceptive observers who notice patterns in everything they see. As a result, they presume that everyone else sees the world the same way they do. It's a very human trait to project your own worldview onto others, and we're programmed this way to help us relate to and predict other people's behavior. INTJs like to stay in their abstract world in their thoughts, solving all sorts of problems and evaluating the things in which they are engaged or interested. When they come into contact with someone who shares their interests, they might become the polar opposite of calm. Kicking off our top 3 today is INTJs want efficiency. Rather than wallowing in self-pity, INTJs take action and discover the most efficient solutions to their difficulties. They place a high value on efficiency and attention. They prefer to do tasks in the most efficient manner possible and can grow irritated with those who are unable to do so. They are always studying and exploring new topics, which allows them to stay more informed. This is due to the fact that INTJs despise feeling uneducated and ineffective in any situation. They desire to be as well educated as possible in order to achieve their objectives and take the action to the best of their abilities. If they believe others are not being efficient, INTJs can become intimidating, especially in situations when they should be getting things done correctly. In the runner-up spot and number 2 on our list is they are intelligent. Non-clever individuals are intimidated by smart people. INTJs are more interested in having deep and meaningful talks about ideas than they are in chatting about celebrity gossip or everyday occurrences. Because of their differences and interests, INTJs are more likely to be viewed as distant and therefore intimidating. This is especially true of intelligent INTJ women, who due to their intelligence and accomplishments come across as intimidating and risk unintentionally driving most men away, especially in the early stages of a relationship. Topping our list, and the number 1 reason people think INTJs are intimidating is that they enjoy being intimidating. Intimidating is one of the most common reactions people have when meeting an INTJ, yet they may also just characterize them as exceptionally knowledgeable and confident. Even though everyone stands up for themselves now and again, if you have a strong personality, people will notice that you aren't easily pushed around. People know not to treat you badly from the start, rather than launching meaningless assaults. While intimidating has been linked with being unapproachable, it's apparent that appearing capable of great things isn't always a bad thing. People will approach an INTJ with even larger projects and higher expectations for their expertise if they believe they can perform exceptional work. When they're forced to work alone because others are overwhelmed by their presence, it can provide the motivation they need to take on multiple projects. If others think you've accomplished a lot in your life, it's probably because you're not scared to know what you want and go after it. It could also be because you're frequently urged to put yourself in circumstances where you're out of your comfort zone. In either case, you'll wind up with an impressive list of accomplishments on your resume. Those who are referred to as intimidating are usually thought to be such because they know how to win. They're used to being the best, and they're not hesitant to go to any length to achieve that goal. Others may find INTJs intimidating, which is largely due to their extensive inner knowledge. With their ambition to be precise and collect a great amount of data, they might be intimidating. Even if it isn't the INTJ's specific intention, their intelligence alone might make others feel uneasy around them. They secretly enjoy the fact that people are a little nervous around them. They exude a calm assurance that can be unnerving to others, especially if their confidence stems from their deep knowledge and understanding. What are your thoughts or experiences on these reasons people can think INTJs are intimidating? Leave a comment and let me know. You've got this, now go get it done. Grab yourself some more brain food to help you level up your life and click on one of the videos on your screen right now.